Thank you. I think my first parang full script na I wrote was back in 2011. I wrote Coming Soon for N Squared Productions. That was starring Boy Tukison, Andy Eigenman, Liza De Castro, shocks, hindi ko na maalala, Cholo Barreto, and many, many more. That was the first full script I did. Pero naalala ko nung linabas yung Coming Soon, I asked kung pwede real name ko yung gamitin. So they credited me as Krista Sullivan instead of Bela Padilla. I guess back in 2011, I wanted writing to be a totally separate entity from my acting career or life. And then after that, I would still continue writing concepts and stories. In fact, I submitted a concept before to GMA when I was still with GMA for a TV show that they eventually did. And then I co-wrote 10,000 Hours, which bagged the Best Original Story in MMFF. And I think that's when I really took writing seriously na, kasi parang nakita ko na, okay, we can give the public and we can present stories that aren't the usual formulaic stories that I guess we're used to seeing. And I guess because of 10,000 Hours, I had the confidence to write and to really use my voice. And I was given opportunities by my bosses in ABS-CBN and VIva, of course. They pushed me to really start telling my stories. So when I moved to ABS-CBN, I had several meetings with Ma'am Sharo, Tita Malu. I also had meetings with Boss Vic, Boss Vincent, and they would constantly ask me to pitch stories. Camp Sawi was one of my first creations, I guess, written by Direk Irene Villamor, but the concept came from me, and I love working with Abby and with OC Records, with Kian and China. Sobrang dali nilang katrabaho. I guess alam naman natin, medyo mababa ang budget for music video shoots. So we made the best that we did it the best way we could. But I would have loved, I guess, a real wooden elevator to shoot in. So we shot in a studio, improvised yung elevator. The colors, I'm not sure if you noticed, they're very warm, very brown. For that particular music video, I wanted it to be quirky. So, ang favorite, I guess, director ko, one of my top 3 favorite directors is Wes Anderson. So, I wanted sana Wes Anderson vibe, but syempre with our own touch, and I guess to make it more Filipino, lalo na the title of the song is Paraluman. We all know Paraluman is a very beautiful actress, and I guess Paraluman is a symbol of Filipino beauty for us. Or di ba pag sinabing Paraluman or isa kang Paraluman, parang napakagandang binibini. So I wanted it still to feel very Filipino, but yun, if you are wondering, my favorite director is Wes Anderson. So yeah.
Okay.
Parang meron ka dapat on-off switch. Kasi syempre, lalo na pagkasama ako sa eksena or meron akong co-actors on set with me, I had to think up until the last minute of directions for everyone. Tapos right before mag-action nung assistant director ko, I had to be in character already. So meron ka dapat on-off switch in your head. Siyempre nung first few takes nakasama ako, nangangapa ako. In fact, nung unang-unang eksena ng buong pelikula, si Zanjoe lang yung pinunan ko. Hindi ako kasama sa eksena. And sa sobrang kaba ko siguro, or dahil yun nga, naninibago ko, nakalimutan kong sumigaw ng sound and camera. Dumiretso ako sa action na hindi nag-roll yung sound and yung camera. Kasi I guess bilang artista, diba, pag nasa set ka, ang hinihintay mo lang palagi yung action eh. Dapat hindi mo na naririnig yung sound tsaka camera na salita. Parang ano na yun, dapat in the zone ka na. Pero syempre, bilang director, kailangan mo siyang isigaw. So, nagkaroon ako ng ganong moment na, nga pala, teka lang, hindi lang ako actress on set today, I am directing this. So, we had to repeat that take and I had to say sound and camera. Tapos nagtawanan lang sa set pero I felt super rattled and tumawa lang din ako pero hindi nila alam kung kaba ako sa loob. So, yun, I think yun lang naman yung bump namin sa buong shoot. So far, everything went really easily and really well. Also, it helped na my assistant director is very efficient and very smart. Si Jordan, who I've worked with several times before. So si Jordan, or Jay as we call him, would stand as I guess the pseudo director pag nasa scene ako. So siya yung sumisigaw, siya yung nagbibigay ng instructions and Direct Irene would shout action for me. So Jay was very, very efficient, lalo na nag-shoot kami during a pandemic. I also worked with one of my favorite cinematographers, Pao Orendain, and Pao guided me really well throughout the film. So it was very easy for me to switch from director to actress because of the team I had with me. And of course, we know Direct Irene is one of my best friends also. She is my mentor and I asked her if she could be on set with me for this. So yung mga eksena na yun, kasali ako, siya yung sumisigaw ng action. Yung moments ng pagdating ng inspiration, I guess. Like yung last night with Miss Tony and Sir Piolo, when I was writing last night, I guess I was also in a dark place personally kasi I was overworked, I was shooting so much, parang mabigat yung feeling ko dahil ang dami kong ginagawang trabaho na parang feeling ko nagsasuffer yung personal life ko. So instead of being sad or instead of feeling yung bigat, yung heaviness, sinulat ko na lang siya. Kaya siguro medyo dark yung themes ng last night kasi baka internally that's what I was going through. Camp Sawi was just a discussion between me and my co-creator na bakit walang rehab for the brokenhearted when in fact love is always considered to be an addiction. So minsan ganun lang siya, conversations, discussions, yung love at first sight, nakikinig lang ako ng radyo and the DJs were talking about love at first sight. So inisip ko lang bakit hindi ko palitan yung title, tapos doon na nag-umpisa hanggang nakaisip ako ng mga eksena. So really, it comes from the most random things. Also, I like to hang out like in cafes. I like sitting in parks or in museums. Minsan, nakakuha ko ng inspiration sa itsura ng mga tao. Yung parang kung paano sila maglakad, kung ano yung dala nila, kung gaano kalaki yung bag nila, ano yung conversations nila. Parang mahilig ako mag-people watch. So, I guess yun din. Malaking tulong siya sa akin. Yun. And first off, nakalimutan ko sagutin yung tanong mo kanina. Yes, I do have journals. I have one notebook for every project. I try to separate them talaga. Tapos yung mga natitirang pages, kung meron mga tirang pages, ginagawa ko siyang scratch paper for something else. So, yun, to answer that, lagi akong may one notebook per project. Now, things I am able to do here in the UK, obviously, like, in the Philippines naman, I didn't feel restricted. Pag gusto ko mag-mall, pumupunta ako sa mall. Hindi naman ako parang tatakbo kung may lalapit or kung may magpapapicture. Hindi naman ako ganun. So, I don't think my life here is too different. Siguro mas marami lang places dito na napupuntahan. Like, may mga park, may mga museum, may mga place na natatambayan ako. Na hindi ko ginagawa sa Pilipinas dahil masyado mainit or baka wala tayong ganong facilities. So, yun lang naman yung difference. But I do notice na mas mabilis ako magsulat dito ngayon. Siguro dahil very inspired ako dahil bago yung surroundings. Tignan natin in a few months or in a year kung yun pa rin yung situation. Because too much sa films is self-love. And that's one of the big themes of 366. Yung line ni Zanjoe sa trailer na one day at a time and yung it takes 365 days to move on, it takes 365 days to fall in love and to forget. More than Zanjoe's character saying it takes 365 days for your character to fall in love with mine, it was more of it takes 365 days for you to be okay again. So fall in love with yourself first. Heal on your own first before you love other people. And that's something I have been applying for the last few years. I learned that from my friends. I'd say Angelica is one of the people who I'm close to that's very strong, and I see that in her. Um, and she emulates that. And I feel like isa yun sa mga bagay na gusto kong sana makuha ng mga tao pag napanood nila yung 366, that self-love is very important for you to actually be able to love other people. Yan po. Mas parang, I guess in a sense, necessity na siya. Parang I needed to shoot something in 2021. Yeah, we shot in 2021. Nag-umpisa kami ng pre-prod 2020. But yun nga, I was thinking of my friends in the industry. I was thinking of the crew that I always work with, the production team. Magpapasko noon, inisip ko, shocks, pare-pares kaming hindi sa sweldo ng Pasko, parang hindi masaya yun. So, since wala pang available and since ilang beses naman na nilang sinabi na panahon na para mag-direct ako, ginawa ko na. I think yun nga, not just for myself, obviously creating something for, like creating, I guess, some piece of art form is always self-serving. Pero honestly, I really tried to do this not just for myself, but for, yun nga, for the crew, for the production, for people na I wanted to have work during the pandemic. So, mas naging yun nga, mas parang I guess necessity na siya nung panahon na yun, nung nag-umpisa kami mag-pre-prod ng 2020. Favorite directors, like I said, Wes Anderson. I love Greta Gerwig. I think she's one person I look up to. Greta also started as an actress and then started writing her own material. And then moved on to directing great projects. Siya yung director ng Little Women, and I love so many of her films. Sino pa ba? I love Sofia Coppola. Very stylized, I guess, yung way niya of shooting. Yun. I'd say they are some of my favorites.